Never buy a carburetor again. Go EFI. Patented 600 horsepower. You reckon that little 302 do it? 600 horse? Maybe if them solenoids are working, it might. At least one time. So that statement I have an issue with now. Now that I've had an experience with this, which I wouldn't say it's a bad experience. I've learned from it. I actually learned a lot from that. I took that system, got it used, had the old style controller, bolted it straight on here. This is just a small block Ford with some entirely two big cylinder heads, aluminum heads, LDOC Performer RPM heads, with a way too big of a camshaft. It's a Crowder Stage 4, and bolted on this little 302. And I had a high pressure inside over here, return going to my low pressure regulator, returning to the car and feeding my nitrous plate. I never had the nitrous hooked up. I didn't get that far. Ran good for 2 days. I had put the initial tune from the old handheld winch. Got the new handheld. I wanted to do some tuning. Took a little while to get. 2 dots on the side. Oh, I'm sorry. 2 dots on the side. And uploaded that one's tune. I was just trying to do everything from the beginning. Put that one in it, blew out the old handheld tune, and it wouldn't run again. It was done. So, which revealed some issues with extended diagnosis on this car. I put an intake fuel pump. So during my extended diagnosis, I found a few flaws in my setup. That system came with, oh, I'm gonna kill myself with what's in these boxes. That's the pump that came on it. And this is the pump that came with it. Inline pump. I bet it's probably very similar to this one. This is the Holly 1000. I use that for like testing the motors and engine stand, stuff like that. And I'm fairly certain that, that was helpful, because my intake pump, and I put a screen on it, and of course it started showing volume issues, not pressure, because it kept giving me pressure, but had a low volume condition. And put that on there. I showed a short video of me trying to diagnose these two. So this is a new style handheld, old style EFI. They sent this with the correct 300 or 0005 listed, but then later, I hit them up on February 1st. 2 weeks after that, they put a video saying, hey, you're going to have to put the correct software on the handheld for these two to communicate properly. Well, that shut down the computer. That shut down the whole car. Fouled a set of plugs, ruined a set of plugs, which, again, part of it, I actually had one of these plugs where it slightly bent, and I cracked the porcelain, which it was working, but it was still bad. It needed to be replaced. That's what happens when you got big dumb hands. You just throw spark plugs at it. That's actual video of installation. That's how it went, and that's how it got broke. So, in the extended diagnosis of that broken thing, I found some more broken things. Back to it. It's revealed some issues with these EFI systems for me. If you have one of the small injectors on the side of this thing fail, or IAC decides it doesn't want to read right, or the wideband, there's a wideband right down there on the pipe, if that fails, coolant temp sensor on the back, if that fails, where are you going to stop that happens to have those exact parts for this exact number in stock? You're doing sick week. You're doing drag week. You're driving to work. No one. Very unlikely anyone's going to have it. One of my needle seats fails. Accelerator pump fails. Who's going to have parts? You're right. Everybody. Everybody's going to have parts for a carburetor. If that doesn't work, put you a big bottle with a fucking hole in it and put some fuel to it. It'll vacuum it in. Like, yeah, I don't care. Do whatever you like, but there's going to be parts for that little old school piece of shit anywhere you go. There's not going to be parts hardly anywhere for that. Which tells me I have no interest in putting it back in the car. That experience just solidified it for me, so I'm not going to. I'm going to stick to my carburetor. I put new plugs in this thing this morning. It's this simple. That simple. Man, I really wish that fuel injection did that. Yeah, maybe fresh out of the box, if you have any issues, you follow that wideband. You hell, fuck you, follow a set of plugs. Doesn't self-report. Listen to that. All it took, going to my vacuum leak. Not saying stay away from these. I'm just saying, choose what you want to do. If you're gonna goof off and drive your car, probably not the best thing to go, but cool idea for execution.